Where should Spida go if y'all had to put him? Donovan Mitchell. Should he go to the Miami Heat, or should he
Ask
go
anybody
to
but
the
John
Dallas? Jordan, what you got for me? Yeah, I only gave 2
This
teams.
clown put up a Knicks.
I'll even throw in the Knicks.
Wait, run it. You said the Miami Heat or the Dallas Mavericks?
Yeah, and if you want to throw the Knicks in there, you can, but that just tells me right there you're really giving a personal FU to Donovan Mitchell. But go ahead, though, Jordan.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. The Knicks are a terrible franchise, but
he's a Knicks fan.
Yeah, I know, and I feel really bad for him with that ugly orange sweater. It's not because of WNBA. It's because of orange.
It's just the Knicks orange.
It's because the Knicks are orange.
It's the WNBA. My bad.
But it's orange. It's orange. And I just hate that stuff.
You know what I mean? Something's like.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, respect to the WNBA. But if I had to choose between Miami and Dallas, I would probably send him to the Miami Heat. And the reason why I would do that is because he's a very similar player to Dwayne Wade, right? Looking at that squad, the way that Jimmy Butler functions on that team is very LeBron-esque. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife that also gets you a bucket. You put Donovan Mitchell on there, you kind of have like you got like giant brand Wade and Bron, right? Like in terms of like how the actual team, and then Bam Adebayo is giant brand Chris Bosh, right? So I think that team would make sense. Whereas with the Dallas Mavericks, they got 4 point guards over there, maybe 5.
They got Luka and Christian Wood though.
No, but I'm talking about
Dinwiddie and Brunson.
I'm talking about Dinwiddie, Brunson, Luka. Like they have hella primary ball handling guards over there. I don't know. Regardless of that, I'm not sending Donovan Mitchell to go over there and play alongside Luka Doncic, who is a player that shouldn't have the ball in his hands. I'm going to send another player that shouldn't have the ball in his hands to go play with each other. And it's 2 already ball-dominant guys, but still, they shouldn't have the ball in their hands. Like, it doesn't make sense.
And LeBron.
You don't think literally would be involved to Luka? You don't think
I don't think Luka should have the ball. Like that's topic for a different conversation. Luka Doncic is a fat shooting guard, right? Like he's really a 3 in terms of his physical build, but he can't really guard the 3 very well. He's kind of a 2 guard in terms of his game. He doesn't know how to hit a standstill 3 worth a damn because he's never had somebody that can pass him the fucking ball. Excuse my language, excuse me.
Supposed to be Spencer Dinwiddie,
but Dinwiddie's a bucket. Dinwiddie's a bucket. He's not a passer. And Jalen Brunson's a bucket. He's not a passer, right? So, like, Luka Doncic isn't even supposed to be a point guard. Then you take Donovan Mitchell, who is 6'1". If he had the IQ, he is supposed to be a point guard, but he's more of a killer than a passer, right? And he has done best with Mike Conley because why? He doesn't have the ball in his hands all the time. So you're taking 2 guys who need the ball taken away from them to flourish and putting them together with no point guard. It's not going to work. Right. So I would definitely send him to Miami. Russell LeBron, it's literally that. So I would send him to Miami.
Guards, man.
Okay. Freddie, it sounds like you got a little discussion, though, a little rebuttal.
I mean, I kind of agree with what he's saying. Essentially, I don't think Luka and Donovan Mitchell work together. Like I said, I do think Luka is a guy that needs basketball in his hands, should have a basketball in his hands because he's unguardable. He's going to get you open shots. Dallas couldn't make open shots at certain times. So I think that'll help out the players around him, but Donovan Mitchell isn't a catch and shoot guy. Like he said, Donovan falls in line with those players that he needs a floor general. So I think he would realistically need a situation to where he's going to, it's not many of them traditional style point guards that are elite. Can't go to Phoenix because of Chris Paul is with Donovan Mitchell out there already. Miami may make the most sense because Jimmy's a star, but doesn't care about dropping 30 every trip. So that makes sense, essentially. And then they have a bunch of defense around him and just the whole culture in general that I think he could fit into. But, if we're talking about as far as him going somewhere where it's going to give him the best chance to win a championship, I don't know. Because as good as he is, I don't think he's a first or second best player on the championship team. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not even saying this from the standpoint of where can he go to win a ring. I don't think he can win a ring anywhere. Unfortunate, but I don't think he can win a ring
anywhere. Like nowhere.
Listen,
nowhere.
I don't think there's. Like that's kind of mean spirited, dog.
No, but bro, I mean, it's the reality of basketball, right?
He can't be a second option. I think he could be a second option.
You talk about certain players who never won a ring. It wasn't because they weren't great. It's because the era they were in. The players they had to go up against their contemporaries. Like, and I think he's just one of those players. As nasty as he is, you put him 15 years back. Come on. But nah, we're talking now. I mean, there's probably 8 to 10 guards I'll take over him. And he's not my number 2. Like, but you talk to a guy, I don't think Kyrie can be a number 2 on the championship team outside of playing with LeBron.
Already has.
Outside of playing with LeBron, outside of playing with LeBron. It's a difference. You get what I'm saying? Maybe if he goes to Milwaukee and figure something out with Giannis, he could. Maybe. But I mean, for the sake of the conversation, I'll say Miami, but I don't think there's anywhere he can go that will make him be a championship contender. Really?
Okay, so we got
definitely not Boston.
Right now. Ryan,
thank you, Freddie, for that last line.
So basically, what I was saying, I'm gonna start with Freddie on the Knicks thing. Like, my dad's a diehard Knicks fan, born and raised in the Bronx. He crazy about the Knicks, so it's like when I hear Knicks stuff, I hear stuff all the time about the Knicks. The only problem with the Knicks is the fact that, like, right now they don't have championship contender status, so like they have to like trade for a big star. Because a big star not going there by themselves, even though people say it's the Garden. People don't mind playing in the Garden every now and then, but like to be in the Garden every single day or every single game, home game or whatever, it's gonna be different because they don't really have star power. If they had star power around there, then maybe you could lure a guy over. That's the hardest part with the Knicks right now, and I hate to say it because the Knicks, you know, they don't really have. The only way they get a star player is through trade. That's the only reason they have to be forced to go there. But back to the question you were saying. Both teams, like Jordan said earlier, like the Dallas Mavericks, in order for that to even work, Donovan Mitchell, they're gonna have to get rid of some players because all those players, the ball dominant. And I'm being honest, Luka give me I need the ball vibes a lot. So you know that's another situation there in itself outside of the guards. Miami probably be the best place, but they'll probably get rid of someone like Kyle Lowry. I don't think Jimmy Butler wants the ball all the time. But you know, if you have a healthy $50 depot, he may want the ball. I don't think Jimmy needs the ball all the time. I think that's a better fit because you can still have that, then have him off the ball. It's a perfect scenario. But like Freddie was saying earlier, it's teams in the NBA that is in need of Donovan Mitchell doesn't mean championship awareness or championship appearance. It's a lot of teams that may need Donovan Mitchell, but doesn't mean he's the one player away from a championship. Most teams are already championship ready, already have their team established. Now, it'll be hard to bring them in Boston because you have to get rid of so many players. So I don't see them get rid of Brown, or they're going for one to get him raw.
I'm not getting rid of Brown for him.
No, I'm saying that's my point. They're not. They're going to get rid of one or the other to get him. Ain't no way they get rid of. There's no way they get rid of one of those two players, Brown or Tatum, to get.
I ain't get rid of Smart for him.
Right. So I mean, it's hard. So now you got Smart too as well. Like it's still tough. Like that situation is just like done. When I look at championship teams, Milwaukee's already pretty much fine what they have. You know, they can still get the championship if it happens. Brooklyn, if they don't have Kyrie, could be a possibility. If they didn't have Kyrie, but that's not going to happen. I mean, let me take that back. Let me take that back with Brooklyn. Brooklyn may, not in my opinion, but may say, you know what, the situation with Kyrie, we may not want Kyrie. Now, if he can get to Brooklyn, that's a perfect scenario. If they don't bring back Kyrie, they bring back Kyrie, no, he's not going there. The Lakers need a lot. It ain't necessarily just Donovan Mitchell. They just need a lot. You know, so I'm not going to say Donovan Mitchell. Now, and then you got to look at contracts, who they getting rid of. Like, the Lakers' whole situation is to the point where they had to really be forced to, like, outside of LeBron, to really go pick a coach that was going to cost a lot. And that's why they got Darvin Ham. They probably got any other coach in any other coach would come to the Lakers, but it was going to come with a serious fee. So they had to look at prices, like who's going to be the coach, how much you got to pay them. Darvin Ham was in the situation; he been in the system forever. So you could have said, "You want to coach the Lakers?" He probably jumped up. Yeah, I've been coaching the Lakers. How much? $800,000. I got you. I'm there. You know, he probably wouldn't. I ain't saying he was. I'm not
That's
saying.
rude as hell.
I'm just saying. But let's be real. Raw thoughts here. Now hear me out before you say rude. Mr. Jordan. And not Michael Jordan, but Mr. Jordan. So look, what I'm saying is not as a brother or a black brother. Hear me out. What I'm saying is when it's certain teams, it's certain as dream jobs. If we were head coaches, it's certain jobs that if you in the game, if you love the game of basketball as much as this proud guy does, you know, coaching for the Lakers, coaching for the Yankees, coaching for football-wise, for me, 49ers coming down, 49ers fan, or coaching, so anyway, you know, those teams right there, you may give yourself the discount because it's a team that has a storied franchise. Do I say you still need coach for $800,000? No. Am I disrespecting him by saying that's how much it was? What I'm saying is the Lakers' budget is so crazy because right there, Russell Westbrook is due up $47 million. LeBron is still in the roster, and AD. So now you got to find a coach. You can't find the best coach. You just got to hope you find a diamond in the rough, pay them cheap to hope they'll come to LA.
Those are the ones that's doing it, though.
So
the coaches that's winning it.
Right. So I mean, it's hard to find that coach. They probably could have went and found any other coach. They really want to coach. If they, let's say, for example, they had the money, they would have probably went and pursued Popovich if he would have said, yeah. Not saying Popovich would have came. They would have pursued any other coach. So I'm saying the Lakers really, the Lakers situation. I mean, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, those situations are hard for that. So anyway, for me going back to my situation, you know, I feel like Miami is the place for this kid because, you know, in that situation, PJ Tucker just opted out, so they're gonna have some more money. If they get rid of Kyle Lowry, as we know, Pat Riley, in a very professional way, for me being in the industry, interviewing a lot of professionals, from athletes and coaches myself, he basically said in a way, this guy ain't in shape. He ain't trying to be in shape. They're talking about the Miami shape or whatever the Miami fitness or whatever they have, something particular where they basically saying it's a certain way he wants their players. He probably just said straight up, this dude eating cheese, biscuits, and donuts all the time. I don't want him here. But he just ain't gonna say it because it's for public image. He ain't saying it. He's just saying, you know, yeah, he needs to get in shape. That was my code for saying he need to get up out of here because he ain't trying to listen to nothing. So he might be the one that's for sale, and that's what he's trying to get rid of because he ain't gonna follow the Miami Heat guidelines and stay in shape. Right thing Udonis has him, although he could probably went and play for other teams in his earlier years. I'm talking about his early years before now. Like Miami is it. Like he's still like he in shape. All of him play a lot of minutes because he there just to be there. Like those guys over there in Miami, they have a certain standard they have to live by their fitness levels. I don't know what Pat Riley's saying, but I'm just saying Donovan Mitchell will fit that, and Donovan Mitchell will stay in shape. Donovan Mitchell ain't no kid that, but what I seen giving people problems and that like that, he may be hurt. So you know, I'm just saying Miami be the better fit, man. They'll be able to contend in the East better than him going to Dallas, taking a step back to Luka and with other players there.
Yeah.
I feel like I like him going to the Mavs. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think him and Luka can pair with one another because the knock on Donovan was he's not the best playmaker, and Luka can make the hell out of the ball. Plus he can score. And the knock with Luka was, well, he just don't have nobody to help him out. But we see Donovan Mitchell bucket like about 20 to 40 points at the times. We've seen a 50 ball in the playoffs. Granted the bubble though, but still 50 ball to 50 ball. Like we know he can score. And then you snatch up Christian Wood, which now that's more size, that's more scoring on top of that. And then you still keep Kleber, you still keep what's the other boy's name?
Smith.
No. It's another guy who's like has some decent height for him. But like now you got three bodies to work with.
You talking about Powell?
Dwight Powell.
Dwight Powell.
Yeah, Powell. Yes, Powell. So now you got Powell, you got Kleber, and you got Wood. No, they're not a low post like Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic, but how many of them do you really have out there? They're not a Giannis, but again, Christian Wood's nothing to slouch at. So I think you can build around that and package. If you can flip Donovan Mitchell for Jalen Brunson or Jalen Brunson for Donovan Mitchell, I think you can do that. And that's what you would have to do. Like you would have to take Jalen Brunson and like a whole bunch of other guards in order to make it. Wouldn't be like a one-on-one trade.
They still got Timmy too. We forgetting that Timmy's still there.
You're going to have to finesse Timmy out of that deal. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, Timmy going to have to go. Because you're going to have to make it enticing to get Donovan Mitchell. Because this is their star. Like, it's him and Rudy Gobert, who is vastly overpaid. I said what I said. Like, it's another story for another day. Like, but seriously though, like, I think you're gonna request a lot back for the Utah Jazz. When I look at Miami, Tyler Cool, Duncan Stray, it might even be better than what.
You got to toss Oladipo in there too. You think? I think Oladipo gonna go back to his self next year.
I don't think they toss. Do you think? So I like Oladipo. He was one of the reasons why I put him why I put the Heat number 1 and number 2 before the season started. So when I asked people throughout the season,
is injuries, man. He's another one that stay hurt.
Yeah,
like, he's another one like you bank off
a year removed from that injury come next year.
Right.
Yeah,
so he's this whole year.
He dropped the 40 clip there in the season.
I mean, him, AD are due for those big moments, but they always get hurt in certain moments. Like, it's one minute, like, got 40 the next minute, and we don't want to, because that's natural. Oh, he's hurt again, blah, blah, blah. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Those type of players right there scare me because they make you have a risk versus reward type of situation. It's like you want to put all this money on them, but you know but you also know it's a possibility these guys may get hurt during the season. And it's like, it's just scary because you don't know what you're going to get from them two guys. Him and AD definitely. Kyrie the same thing, but outside this year. But, go ahead, Trey. What's next time, I guess, whatever you say.
All right, so this is the final one.
I don't get the answer.
Whoop. Oh, I got Reese. My bad.
Damn, I sat right here.
Not get bad out here, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Reese. My bad.
Quiet. I sat here quiet. All right, so look. I feel like we all know the clear answer is Miami. Long as they're willing to give up Hero, Duncan, possibly Oladipo, right? But hear me out when I mentioned Boston. Sensationalism aside, let me run you some facts and figures about the NBA. Now listen, they might have to throw the CBA away after this because players getting real raunchy out here. Let's just put it like that, right? And I'm gonna just give you some trades that you like, wow, right? So Scotty, off of a championship, was traded for Roy Rogers and a draft pick, right? James Harden, from a 6th man of the year, was traded for Jeremy Lamb, Kevin Martin, and 3 picks, right? CP3, we talking Chris Kaman, Al-Farouq Aminu, Eric Gordon, and a draft pick. James Harden just forced his way out of 2 teams. He just forced his way out of 2 teams. Now, I'm not saying if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I'm going diva disgruntled. But listen, hear me out. Boston has throwaway players. And I'm not trying to, listen, Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year. But if I could package Derek White, Marcus Smart, Aaron Nesmith, and 3 draft picks, I'm going there. I'm doing it.
That's what you're going to do?
Me personally.
Reese.
Because regardless of how far you think that team can go, we're going to sell tickets.
But you're talking about you got championship aspirations now. Y'all just went to Game 6 of the finals.
And see, I don't necessarily agree that Donovan Mitchell.
You putting all that pressure on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to play defense all year, play defense on the best players night in, night out, and knowing they be hurt sometimes.
What do we expect?
Who you got as a rope? And
what do we expect Kawhi and PG to do next year? People talking about a Clippers probably going far.
But don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Healthy.
Robert Covington.
Playoff P, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard are 2 base players. They can play good. Playoff P.
I feel like I didn't give up. I gave up a guard and a guard.
No.
You cannot compare Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown,
listen,
Paul George,
but look, Freddie, I love what you said about probably no real suitors. That was music to my ear. Because we don't have no real suitors for Donovan Mitchell. That just gives my team, maybe I don't even have to add in.
Reese, bro, I think y'all good though, man. I think Udoka just need to be smarter in the playoffs and play inside out more often as opposed to trying to play Golden State.
It's fair. I had to give my non-sensationalism
I think y'all take. Got a little screwed up.
Hey, Reese.
Y'all could have won that series, man.
Hey, Reese. No,
not happening.
I told you.
Next topic.
Not happening.
No.
Listen. I feel like Donovan Mitchell as a third option combo guard.
I mean, your champion. That's a championship team right there.
Hey,
Well,
what was the
Your
name?
third option. That's tough, bro.
But
All right,
look
next
what
time.
you giving up to get that third option for, though.
Huh?
No, I know why.
As a third option.
You said how much is the average as a third
How much
option?
would he average as a third option?
All I need is 18 and 6.
18 and 6?
That's all I need.
6 what? Assists from him?
Yeah, 18 and 6.
6 assists is a third option.
I'm thinking.
Why
I'm
not?
thinking,
No,
No,
Marcus
third,
Smart give you
third
15
score-
what? Marcus
third
Smart give you
scoring
what,
option.
15, 4, 5?
Hear me out. Third scoring option. You see what I'm saying? If I'm trading Marcus Smart and Derek White, he has to be my point guard.
That's
The thing
rough.
about it like this, the Jazz, they had Gordon Hayward and let him walk to Boston and traded Donovan Mitchell and drafted Donovan Mitchell that same summer. If Gordon Hayward stays on that team with Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, that's a squad. Especially we're talking 2015, 2016. Donovan Mitchell, Gordon Hayward, and Rudy Gobert could have gave you a run.
Prime Gordon Hayward for sure.
You see what I'm saying? People don't understand the trajectory Gordon Hayward was on before Brian
Right.
jumped under him and snapped the thing. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I get what you
Hey,
saying.
Jumped under him. It's so crazy.
It's the truth. LeBron James took out Gordon Hayward. I said it.
Hey, that's tough. That's tough. You know, he
First
pushed
game of the
Joel
season.
Embiid in the back.
First game.
Anyway,
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, cut.